Hey folks, Iolair here. Today I'm very pleased and honored to share this replay with you. In fact, I got to watch this match live as it happened on stream. This game is courtesy of Ahskance, who is one of our World of Warships North America community contributors. He joined the program back in January. I'll leave links to both his Twitch and YouTube channels in the description below, and I do strongly recommend that you go follow him on those channels. He provides a lot of education and guidance in his content, which I really like. He has essentially a flight school, if you will call it, on how to play carriers. But he also puts a lot of emphasis on general tactics and practices in the game overall. So if you're looking to improve your game, this is an excellent resource to go to. Ahskance can tell you how to play carriers well, but he also is very thoughtful, like I said, about general tactics and practices in the game. So in this particular match, he is sailing for us the Tech Tree Tier 8 German aircraft carrier, the August von Parseval, in a Tier 8 domination match on shards. So he has started over here on the west flank, looking to spot what's over here, including this Talon. He's definitely going to be able to citadel this Talon if he gets a good strike in with his AP rockets. Going to swing in here for his first attack of the game. See how this goes. And, well, he gets a lot of penetrating hits, but no citadel hits. He's going to swing back around here for another strike. Now, you can see that the allies have already started to lemming in some ways to the alpha cap. So you would hope that the team would push through that cap fairly quickly, but we'll have to see how things go. He does get one citadel from the rockets into the Talon. He is also regularly going to switch to his mini-map here to keep his ship on the move. Ahskance is constantly thinking about the position of both his allies and the opponents so that he keeps himself out of harm's way, but he's also in positions that he can launch strikes efficiently against the opponents. Now, he did initially send out some bombers, but recalled those and is now bringing some torpedo bombers over to the Bravo cap. I think he's looking to try to light or detect the opposing destroyer in the cap. He's going to trap some fighters here, look to draw off the rocket attack planes from his Fantasque, the destroyer that's south of the Bravo cap, and then he's going to swing back over here and probably try to get another strike in on that Talon, who's lost half of his health so far. Would be good to get the radar off the map. And again, you can see he's switching to the mini-map here to keep his ship on the move, think about where he needs to be so that he stays out of harm's way, and he's got his fleet that can support him in case the opponents start pushing in on a particular side. Coming in here with the torpedo bombers. Get that strike away, and it looks like, yeah, he's got enough planes that he's going to be able to get in another strike. Does get all three torpedoes, takes out the engine of the Talon, swing back around here with, yeah, quite a few planes. He's going to be able to get a full strike in here with this attack. He's going to make a quick rotation here on the setup phase, and now he's going to do the lineup and drop the torpedoes. Send out the next set of planes. Looks like it's, well, he does take down the Talon, claiming first blood for the game. Sending out some more rocket planes here. Again, I think he's probably, well, he's going to try to detect whatever's over here at Bravo. Again, the majority of the allies are over at Alpha. I don't see a reason, and I'm sure Ahskance didn't see a reason at this point why they weren't pushing through this flank more aggressively, more quickly. They're not facing a whole lot of challenge here. They do have a Ragnarok that's northwest of Alpha. They've got an Amalfi and a Richelieu that are all on the west side of Bravo. Going to drop some more planes here, I think, probably again to try to draw off the torpedo bombers, but also try to detect the destroyer that was in Bravo. Let's see, we've detected the Ragnarok, but I think he's actually, yeah, he's looking for this Amalfi because his AP rockets can definitely put the hurt on the cruisers, getting a bunch of citadel hits. See how this is going to how well this is going to work out. Yeah, this cruiser's basically stationary. There's the salvo. That's 5 citadels. That's a big chunk of that cruiser. Going to swing back around here, try to get another strike in before he loses his squadron. The Italian cruisers, excuse me, does land a couple more citadels. The Italian cruisers, their AA is not very long ranged. It's typically less than 5 kilometers, but the continuous damage, especially at the upper tiers, tends to be pretty good. So they can have reasonably strong AA. Now you can see that Ahskance has continued to move his carriers south. You can see that the north flank is kind of getting lost here. The Allies did lose one ship over at Charlie, and the opponents are now taking Charlie. The opponents are actually going to be in a better position to win the north flank, and especially since they already hold Bravo, Ahskance needs to be careful and not put his ship into a position where he could get detected and then have, for example, the Richelieu or the Massachusetts be able to do a big strike on him if he were detected by plane. So he is tucking himself in behind the island that's at India 7. Coming back around here to the Ragnarok with some AP bombs. I think at this point, I suspect Ahskance was a little bit frustrated with his team. They continue to be sort of very congested and piled up at Alpha and not making a really hard push to try to get over to Bravo to try to win the center of the map, excuse me. And so I think Ahskance's intention here is to try to get some of these opponents off the flank so his team is a little more confident or feels more confident to be able to push up north toward Bravo. The Allies just lost their Mainz to bombers from the Shokaku. That puts them into it did briefly put them into a one-ship deficit, and then the Kagero went down from the Benson, but the Benson was taken out by the Massachusetts, so they're back to a one-ship deficit. Come in here with one more bomber strike. Not sure if he's going to be able to get enough damage here to finish off the Ragnarok, but he does get him down to very low health, and I think at this point Ahskance was expecting that his team would finish off the battleship very easily. In fact, there's a target called on him by one of his allies, which is over by Alpha. It looks like his team is now starting to make a push towards Bravo, which is good. They are currently behind almost 200 points, and again, with a one-ship deficit. And with hopefully the Ragnarok going down here fairly quickly, that will bring them a little closer on the points. Not quite get them back up to the same level, but definitely would help out. They also can see that this Richelieu is really getting beaten up. So hopefully he will be taken out relatively soon as well. And I suspect Ahskance at this point was also thinking, well, if the Richelieu was sort of scaring off his allies from pushing into Bravo more aggressively, he should at least try to help take down the battleship coming in here with a torpedo strike. And the Richelieu is burning, and the torpedoes, looks like he's going to get all three. And yes, that's kill number 2. Now, the Ragnarok, which he expected his team, I suspect, to have finished off this battleship, is still alive. So he's going to come in here. Now, this originally, to me, did not look like it would be a very good angle for a drop, but I think he correctly predicted, or Ahskance correctly predicted that the Ragnarok would be making a port turn, which he did, and he does end up taking 2 torpedoes, including flooding, and that's kill number 3, and we're not quite 9 minutes in, and he's up to 85,000 in damage with 3 kills, 10 citadels, and yeah, he's obviously individually doing quite well. Again, he's keeping his ship on the move. You can see the north flank has been won by the opponents. Thankfully, the Allies are making now a more asserted, more aggressive push towards Bravo. There is an opposing kid in Bravo, with enough allies there, including in Massachusetts, hopefully they can get the kid down here very quickly, or fairly quickly, excuse me. Now, Ahskance is coming in here for an attack on the Massachusetts. One of the things that you would notice if you were to watch Ahskance is that he puts a lot of focus also on how successful we can expect his attacks to be on opponents. Now, the Massachusetts has very good AA for its tier. And so you can see that he lost a lot of planes in his attempt to attack the Massachusetts. The U.S. Navy battleships also have very good horizontal armor, and this tends to make them quite resilient to AP bomb drops and maybe immune largely to citadel hits from these AP bombs. But he is going to come in here with another AP bomb strike, try to get some more alpha on the Massachusetts. Also, the Massachusetts has an exceptionally good torpedo belt, and so dropping torpedoes likely would not do a lot of alpha either. A couple more penetrating hits going to swing. It didn't look like he was confident he'd be able to get another strike in. He's going to send off torpedo bombers here. And you also, again, notice that Ahskance has now positioned himself behind the island at Hotel 5. Again, the opponents have gotten very close, and he needs to make sure that no opponent would have a firing solution on him, even if he were detected by planes or some other method. Going to swing back around here, try to get this torpedo strike in. But the Massachusetts is taking more hits, and he does go down to secondaries, ironically, from his sister ship, the Alabama. You swing over. Well, it looked like he was going to head over to the Lenin with torpedo bombers, but he's elected to recall those and is now going out with AP bombs. Now, if I remember correctly, during the stream, he mentioned that the Lenin, which is the premium Tier 8 Soviet battleship, I almost said aircraft carrier as part of the meme, the Lenin can be citadeled by the AP bombs. So he is, I think, looking to try to get a significant alpha hit on this battleship. There is an opposing Benson on that is east of Bravo. That's a threat as well. The opposing Amalfi takes down the Alabama. That puts the Allies again in a one-ship deficit, but they are almost 250 points behind. They are continuing to contest Bravo, although the opposing kid, does get one citadel on the Lenin. The opposing kid has been sitting in Bravo, keeping the cap contested as well this entire time. That was kind of interesting, given that there had originally been a Baltimore, a Massachusetts, and at least one destroyer on Ahskance's team in Bravo. They apparently were unable to dislodge the kid to be able to take the Bravo cap. In fact, the the Fantask, which is in Bravo, is coming under aerial attack, and he's trying to get out of the way of the aerial attack from the Shokaku. Now, Ahskance has come over here to look for the Benson, which he has now detected. And again, just a reminder to destroyer players, turn off your AA unless it's a last-ditch effort to shoot something down, or they get you aerial detected, because otherwise you make yourself more easily detected. Swing in here with some torpedoes. Now, Ahskance during the stream also kept track of when this Benson was dropping smoke and correctly predicted that the smoke for the destroyer would be coming up, which it did, but is going to finish off the Benson, and that's kill number 4. And now Ahskance is coming in for an attack against the opposing Mainz, who is one of the viewers at the time the stream was happening, and was very open about the fact that he was watching Ahskance's stream. So there's no stream sniping that's going on here, and he's going to drop these torpedo bombers on the Mainz, and that's kill number 5 for Kraken Unleashed. The Allies are still down 150 points, even though they've evened up the ship count. They really need to get this kid dislodged out of the Bravo cap. Why the Massachusetts is sitting in a clear torpedo alley. In fact, he's already flooding, presumably, I think, from torpedoes from the carrier. But why the Massachusetts is putting himself directly in harm's way is a little bit of a mystery for me. So Ahskance is going to come over here and look to get a rocket attack in on the Amalfi. In fact, speaking of torpedoes, Kidd and Massachusetts, there goes the Massachusetts, and that's put them more than 250 points behind. Now he's going to come in here with an attack with rockets, and you'll notice how agile the Italian cruisers are, and it's very hard for him to try to swing around and get this attack off. So he's trying to get lined up parallel to the Amalfi and then swing his planes in. But yeah, he's going to overcorrect here a little bit, and he's not going to get much in the way of damage. And let's see if he's going to be able to get another strike in here before he recalls his planes. Nope, he's going to call his planes back. Now, Ahskance is having to push toward the Bravo cap. They have to be able to get a cap here. The kid is very healthy, and he's now putting strikes on the Ognivoy. The Ognivoy has launched torpedoes, and Ahskance is going to come in here with his own torpedoes. But thankfully, the kid is taken out. He does run into one of the Ognivoy's torpedoes. This is going to allow the Allies to take the Bravo cap finally, but again, they are still 200 points behind. Coming in here with the torpedo bombers. There is the North Carolina that they have not seen for quite a while. So they have to worry about this North Carolina that's at about 2/3 health. The Amalfi and the carrier still in play, obviously, with, again, a 200-point deficit. Now, let's see if he's going to be able to get a flood on this North Carolina. Definitely not going to be able to get a second strike off of torpedoes with that squadron. He does get a flood. He has sent out, well, it looked like he was going to send rockets, but he's now recalled them. And since he did get a flood on the North Carolina, which the North Carolina did repair or damage control, he's going to send torpedoes out again, hoping to get another flood. Now, the North Carolina takes a huge hit from the Alabama, which definitely helps in terms of being able to get this battleship down as soon as possible. The Allies have taken the Bravo cap, but there is not enough time with the ships remaining and the time remaining for them to win on points given the current circumstances. They're going to have to continue to sink ships and potentially challenge the Charlie cap as well. Another torpedo strike out. The battleship looked like he was going fairly slowly. There's 3 more torpedo hits, including a flood. He is flooding, and it looks like he does not have a damage control or repair party, to combat the flood. And that, it looks like that's kill number 6. So coming over here to drop, well, I think some fighters here, or at least draw off. Yeah, he does drop some fighters. He's also looking to draw off the rocket planes from the Ognovoy, which is very wounded. Here is the Shokaku. Looks like he's already taken some damage. I'm not sure at what point that happened. He's going to drop some planes or drop part of his squadron here so that he doesn't lose quite so many planes as he comes into the AA of the aircraft carrier. Carriers tend to have very good AA. And with their fighters as well, you don't want to lose too many planes in these strikes. Not sure if he's going to be able to get a Citadel here. He does get 2 overpens and a penetration, not a whole lot of damage. Now, the Ognovoy here is very wounded, and Ahskance is making the right call here to tell him to get back. Even if he isn't detected immediately, he is an easy kill by the Amalfi or a rocket. It's very important at this point that the Ognovoy stay alive. In fact, the Alabama, which is contesting Charlie, is very wounded as well. Coming in with a rocket attack on the Shokaku, and I don't know if he's going to be able to Citadel here. No, quite a few penetrating hits, but not too much else. The Alabama goes down to torpedoes from the Shokaku, and so it's 2-on-2 now. The carriers versus against each other, obviously. We have the Ognovoy, which is very wounded, and the Amalfi. It looks like the torpedoes from the Ognovoy are not going to find their mark. Ahskance continues to push up through the Bravo cap to close in. They really need to get more kills. They are down by more than or almost 100 points, although that gap is still narrowing. But with the time remaining, if the opponents, if the cap situation remains where it is, they will not have enough time to catch up on points. Still important to sink ships. I think in the stream, Ahskance did not expect to be able to get a second torpedo drop off on the carrier, but he does get the second drop off, and he gets 3 more torpedo hits, and he's going to come in here with rockets. Now, he is also coming under attack, or Ahskance is, from the Amalfi. That's why he has his bow turned to the Amalfi. The Amalfi will not be able to get much in the way of damage with him providing a bow on target. Coming in here with rockets against the Amalfi. This looks like this is going to be a better strike. There is 2 more Citadels. There's high caliber. Now we are down to, and he kills the carrier with secondaries, as a good German carrier should. So that's kill number 7. Here comes in the next strike against the Amalfi with rockets. And yeah, this looks like this is going to be a pretty assured kill. And it is. That's kill number 8. Or yes, kill number 8, 15 Citadels. So very, very impressive outing by Ahskance in the Tech Tree Tier 8 German aircraft carrier August von Parseval. I hope you enjoyed the replay and commentary. I really enjoyed watching this match. This is a very good demonstration of how to play this ship. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, we hope to see you out there on the virtual seas, and we wish you happy sailing.